Welcome everybody to the Blue Lake City Council meeting. Please stand for the flag salute.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. City staff, please establish a quorum.
Councilmember Napier.
Here.
Councilmember Louis Lusso.
Present.
Mayor Sawatsky.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Scafani.
Here.
We're all here and counted for.
All right, can we get a motion to approve the agenda, or do we need anything moved around?
I'm fine with that. Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 It passes. All right, moving on to public comment. The public is invited to present positions, make announcements, or provide other information to the city council that is relevant to the scope and authority of the city of Blue Lake for non-agendized items. The council may provide up to 15 minutes for this public input session. To ensure that everyone has a chance to speak, we'll limit time to 3 minutes each. Who would like to speak on public comment? Yes, Adeline, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Adeline Jones. I want to point out in the 9+ years that Mandy Mager was our manager, 8 of those I was mayor, we had a balanced budget every year. In fact, it was always on time and it was under budget. Again, on time, under budget. This council has cost us tens of thousands of dollars in 6 months. Mandy Mager saved the city hundreds of thousands of dollars with her grant writing ability in her 9 years as our manager. Now for some good news. At the last Chamber of Commerce meeting, we voted in Mandy Mager as one of our newest members of our board of directors. I am also on the board. People who care about Blue Lake continue to work for the betterment of Blue Lake. Immediately after she was voted in, great ideas began to flow, like new banners for the light poles that are now a little old and faded out. So we're looking for new ones. And Mandy agreed to step up again and be the chairperson for our Annie and Mary Day Parade. She has lots of ideas, including possibly an announcer for the parade at the town square, since we have electricity there now. Other highlights of Annie and Mary Day were discussed that evening: doubling the track for the train rides, the great music as part of the Humboldt Folklife Festival, and I have as of now, I have 30 craft vendors. We had 50 last year and 50 the year before. We are exactly 1 month away from Annie and Mary Day. It's August 3rd. It's our 56th annual festival. Finally, as chair of the Blue Lake Public Safety Commission, I encourage folks to enjoy the 4th of July. I'm very patriotic, as you can see. But be careful and be safe. You've seen our posters around town, I'm sure. The church bells will ring at 9 o'clock. We can celebrate the wonderful country that we live in, but please be safe, be kind, be careful. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Kent, and I have to say the opposite's been true regarding who our ex-mayor has been referring to here. What's about to come out is we've actually been cost hundreds of thousands of dollars that now you folks are having to deal with the budget. In the past, we budgeted $5,000 for legal expenses, and these are not things that you've been doing, but it's projected, I think, by the city manager that we're going to come up as much as $100,000 on legal expenses. There's a reason for this. All of a sudden, the chickens are coming to roost. It's not your fault. So I'd like you to, if you have a chance, go ahead and watch the supervisors meeting last Tuesday, which I spoke at, and I spoke quite. The path we're on now is the city of Blue Lake may be bankrupt. And we have to do major things to avoid that. And this is left on you. This is a carryover from, and you've inherited these expenses such as $100,000 plus for a bike and a wonderful project. But all of a sudden, we've come to realize the money's there and we're owed it. They're owed it. I mean, we've incurred costs. We were told consistently at a whole bunch of meetings that it was only $3,000 we owed. We'll have other topics which I will speak on, but I wanted to read to you a little bit about economic development. And I deal with this is my communication with Lisa Hayes, the CAO of Humboldt County. They have a $650+ million budget. And this was good morning, Lisa. Blue Lake will likely be the tip of the spear for economic development. We are trying to take advantage of our biggest asset. We are where sunshine and sea air meet. We meet with Steve Madorn and Mike McGuire. We'll likely be putting Blue Lake back in. This hasn't happened in all these years. Nobody's even come close to addressing it. So we're working on that now, and you're working on it. We are working to plan a celebration destination. This is where the money's made, and I had a very good, productive conversation. So we wish to cater to weddings, quinceañeras, reunions, birthdays, celebration of life, sporting events, etc. We, for example, have the ability to have a baseball, skating, rodeo, mountain biking, bike skate park, river destination wedding. We likely will be having a meeting with all wedding event planners locally here and statewide, national, as we develop the model. We'll be partnering with our tribal neighbors, unlike Humboldt County is perceived to do this advantage. Virginia Bass always said, had a thing, there's only so much honey in the honey pot. And I think we should grab our share and way more in Humboldt County. So we will help the bees, we will get the honey. And this is a project that we're working on. A lot of very people, Linda Cooley, working with other people like the Logger Bar and all these other places to basically go ahead and bring this to fruition. Can you imagine having 3 or 4 destination functions here every weekend? And
Thank you.
the amount of money people staying at a casino will be. Thank you for the opportunity to
Thank you.
speak.
All right. Who's next for public comment? Yes, Scott, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Thank you. I would like to say that I support this council. I really appreciate the work that you're doing. And I think it's unfortunate that some of your predecessors can't keep themselves from coming here and harping at you every council meeting, because I watched the last 2 meeting recordings. So eventually we'll get through this, but thanks for what you're doing now because it's needed. The unfortunate bad fiscal policies that were pursued for the last 6-7 years that I'm aware of are coming home to roost. Scott Frazier, Blue Lake Boulevard.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak on public comment? No dice on Zoom, right? Okay.
I could pitch it through the window, but I don't think that'll help.
All right. I'm going to reserve a little bit of time in case we get Zoom back up for public comment. So can we resume that if we do get access to Zoom again? And we'll just take public comment on the closed session items.
Yeah.
Is that
if
legally
we ever
okay?
get there.
Okay. All right. Does the public wish to comment on the closed session item? Yes, go ahead.
And Ken, again, we don't know what this topic is. The public doesn't. You folks do. And I trust you to deal with closed session in the best interest of the city. So when I go before the Board of Supervisors, I can always hypothesize on what it might be. And we've had some very poor decisions made by prior management and by the city council. And this basically came down to being on the shoulders.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, good. This comes down to being on the shoulder of your city manager and your mayor. They're the main ones. So multiple times we came before them. We came before the safety commission, and we said, you need to secure the plant down here, the thing. And of course, we had a loss of life there. They didn't listen to us. They decided not to secure it. So I said, I went and said I wanted to talk to people like Billy Honsel and other people in law enforcement. I said, well, how are we culpable for this? When you're told something is and you don't correct it, you are culpable for it. And I eventually, these people, such as the city manager and the mayor are the main ones, but other people involved here may find that they're guilty of negligent homicide. When someone dies and you've been told and you don't fix it, that's the position you're in. And that's unfortunate that we're there. And I know they keep going and say, we need to fix it now, but they should have fixed it before somebody died. And so I highly recommend that anybody who's involved in this will most likely, if this is the topic, comes before a case, will be questioned by the courts. And I would plead the fifth, because if you're culpable of that, you lose your diplomatic immunity. And of course, there's a potential imprisonment for 5 to 10 years for the charges that may have been involved here. So this is not a small issue, and people will have to defend themselves. They will have to spend their whole life savings for their inaction when they should have. And I just want to say, let's learn from other people's mistakes and make sure we don't put ourselves at jeopardy and put yourselves, your own financial being and your personal freedom at jeopardy in the future. So thank you for the opportunity to speak. And I hate to be so much doom and gloom, but this is pretty much a fact, and it's how our society works these days.
Thank you. Point of clarification, Danny,
Uh-huh.
can we give the public any input on this item? I just feel strange letting them talk about something that may or may not be related to the closed session, but they obviously don't know what the closed session is about.
I put what the attorney told me I
Thank
can
you
put.
very much. All right. Does anyone else wish to speak on the unknown closed session item? Yes, Alex, are you raising your hand?
Yeah. Who was the attorney in attendance at the closed session tonight? You're supposed to name them.
Danny, do we know who that is?
I'm a little preoccupied right now
Yeah,
trying to fix this.
It
If
looks
you
like
guys
it.
don't
I do
mind.
see Ethan Walsh up there. I do see Ethan Walsh up there.
Ethan Wall.
Yes.
Walsh.
Scams.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Russ
he's
And
the
Russ
official-
Russ.
and Russ Gans.
He's okay. Ethan Wall's
Ethan Walsh and Rush Gaines. Yes. Is that your is correct? Is that that's your question?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I think it works now.
Great. Any further public comment on the closed session item? I am going to give Zoom a opportunity to speak on the public comment just because we did have Zoom difficulties. Any other comment from the public here before we take it up to Zoom? Great. Julie, do you want to make a comment on the closed session item or on the public comment?
My closed session will occur with public, if that's fine.
Repeat that. I apologize.
Yes, good evening, everybody. I appreciate. Yeah, I'm here,
See if that-
Julie, we can't hear you. Anyone
Yeah,
else wish to
well,
speak
that
on?
will-
Okay. Let's see if anyone else wants to comment on public comment. Seeing none. All right.
Looks like it's our internet.
Does anyone want to make a motion to go into closed session?
I would move that we go into closed session.
Second.
All right, we have a first and a second. Any final public comment? Hearing none? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for coming. We're going to closed session. Do we have a time expected, Danny? For this?
However long you
Okay.
take with it, I don't know. Sorry.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Microphones.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing 7:15-ish.